Okay, so Unigine Heaven ran its full run and it's been running a little bit longer, probably 10-15 minutes longer than the run did. So we are on 1920 by 1080p, full screen. It says custom preset, so I changed the quality to ultra. And we got FPS wise, we got 88.5. We got a score of 2,229. Minimum FPS was 9. Maximum FPS was 170.9. As we're sitting right now, looks like we have a temperature of about 86°C. I'm not really feeling that temperature, but it isn't really that loud. It's louder than I remembered before, but I had the air conditioner on before, so really couldn't hear this system over a fan or an air conditioner running, you know, because I have an all-in-one heater air conditioner unit. So then is I'll tab out. So I actually quit this because this as you see, our numbers are they're okay. I don't remember what that 1050 Ti I had in the other laptop got, but then here's a score here. So I have to scroll over a little bit. So hopefully you can see that. It seems like cleaning it did help it. So you can see here this ran. Obviously this test takes a minimum of 10 minutes and then it finishes. So when the 10 minutes runs out, whatever is left on the screen at that time will finish, and then you'll get a score. So the first score we got, the score I got before cleaning at a new thermal paste was 3,543. That was the old score. Then now with fresh thermal paste and the heat sink cleaned up a little bit, we got 3,724. So we actually got a higher score now. So yeah, it's running cooler. Like I said, I didn't really hear the fan. It ramped up a little bit at first, then it just kind of settled down. So I don't know, maybe the numbers could be even higher now if I add a little better, if it had better cooling to it. But yeah, it seems overall pretty good. You've seen the numbers from the Unigine Heaven, and here is Cinebench R23 right here. You can see right here, and there's a score. Move my hand for it still focuses. So we got a 3,724, and what is that close to? Like out of the CPUs I have on my little piece of paper, 3,000. So a desktop i7 3770K got a 4,205. So this gets beat by an i7 3770K. That's a desktop. Obviously this is just a i7 4810 MQ. So I wouldn't say that's too bad. What other things that I have close to this number? An i5. It beats an i5 4690K. All these ain't bad. And then obviously beats an i5 6600. I don't have anything rooting on this numbers here that are even remotely close to that. So my personal laptop that I use, it's not a gaming laptop, has an i5 8350U. This beat that because I only got a 2791 out of that system. Yeah, I don't have anything close to this, so this, you know, obviously on just a piece of paper, I need to write that down better. I don't want to put it in a notepad because I like to grab that and look at it. But you can obviously see it didn't do the best, but when this was new, it's pretty badass, you know. What do you think? You know, this is a long video. What do you think of this laptop? I gave $120. It's a 17-inch screen. It is 1920 by 1080p. We got webcam here, webcam on the back. Then we got, you know, zoom this back out if I can. As far as I can go. So we do have a backlit keyboard, a larger trackpad for an older laptop. That's pretty wide. Like, I have nothing for like reference. Like, yeah, that's, you know, pretty wide. There's my hand compared to it. So we do have a wider trackpad. We do have the little fingerprint scanner deal here that never really works that good. Yeah, speakers, and it says we have, you know, some nice speakers in it. It has this built-in sub. Then it says Sound Blaster XF-i3. HDMI obviously has an HDMI out. But yeah, this is a decent laptop that I only paid $120 for, and it does, you know, I'll have to test the battery to see what kind of battery life it has, you know, both ways, average using it, and then gaming. But I'm guessing it's not going to be really good, because this is going to, like, the power brick is, you know, 300 and like some odd watts, and that's not a big battery. I'm thinking it probably just has 8 cells in it. I guess it, you know, at least has a battery that you can replace easy. You can buy 20 of them and take them with you. It starts going bad, you shut it down, put a new battery in it, start your game back up. But yeah, I'm going to call it at that for this. You know, this laptop, it says it's an what did it say? I don't even remember what I said earlier. Just do a restart so we can see what it says. And normally a good way to tell is as system info. Probably not going to show it very well. Yeah, I don't see anything on here. So it says system model. It says a P3775MA. That's a model number. I don't even see anything else of that. It says notebook, base product. It says the same number there. Baseboard version, this is not applicant, mobile. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything on here. 4810 MQ CPU, which is 4 cores, 8 thread. We have a 980M, 8 gigs of VRAM on for the video card, 32 gigs of RAM. We have 128 gig SATA SSDs and a regular SATA SSD, so it's a 256 gig. Not talking very well right now, right? But that's what we have. I definitely needed to kick this machine back in, okay? But yeah, overall, I think this machine's pretty good. I have a dude in the building that's always saying he wants a gaming computer, he wants a laptop, you know, he just wants to play GTA 5, he wants to do some, you know, the role play, like, what is it, M5 servers or whatever, where you do all the role playing, like, people play cops, people play bad guys, whatever, and it's more role play than just GTA Online. He wants to do that. What do you think? This should be able to do that. It should have no problem running it. It is a huge laptop. I believe they didn't even use it as a laptop, because this is like, the keyboard looks pretty much new. There's like no wear on it, no glossiness to it, you know. It needs to be cleaned up better. It's got like something right here. I feel like they had this closed all the time. They're just using it as a regular laptop. I don't know why I can't zoom out more, so we'll move this back. Yeah, to me, I believe they just, you know, use this like this, closed, and through probably an HDMI and stuff. That's why this part was completely scratched up. Like I said, it had the rubber coating on it, and it was just scratched up pretty bad. You know, that's why I think they probably just used it like this, because this keyboard and this you know, when you use a laptop, your hands are here, right? Your arms are here, so you have marks here and here. This doesn't show anything. This looks to me brand new right in this region. Like, and the screen looks really good. It goes super bright. Like, the camera's gonna do a terrible job at it anyways. This isn't even at 100% brightness. Like, what is it at? Alright, I'm trying to figure out. So, you do the font, and this key up. So we're about maybe 90% or something. One click from maxed. It doesn't seem like it's really doing any difference. Okay, so am I hitting the wrong key? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. I think it's a decent laptop, especially for $120. And it performs really good. Like, everything I seen said this 980M outperforms the 1050 Ti, which they put in a lot of laptops, which isn't the best thing anyways. I'll have to run some more tests. I'll probably leave that in the description. Like, I'll run this and compare this to like a regular 1050 Ti, or see whatever this numbers gets, like in Firestrike. You know, I can run Firestrike on it and see how whatever GPU, you know, this performs like. I'm sure it beats like I know it beats a 960, a regular desktop 960 4 gig. It beats one of them, at least in Unigine heaven. So how much higher would it go? Maybe it's perform the same as like a 970 maybe, but I doubt it. A 970 is probably in between a 960 and a 970. But yeah, leave that in the comments below. I know this video is super long. You know, I show you the key points of the laptop, and then I cut, you know, and showed you me taking it kind of somewhat apart and adding new thermal paste to the GPU and the CPU, and then showed you some other little features about it. But yeah, I think it's decent. Like, I could probably use this myself for the games I play. I don't play nothing heavy intensive, and then the games I do play that need more horsepower, I can just go to my, you know, gaming computer I have. Yeah, overall I think it's pretty good, especially for $120. I told the person that lived in the building, if it's true and has all the specs, I'd like to get 200 out of it. Do you think this is worth 200? Long video, so I'm gonna cut it at this, and leave your comments below at the, what do you think? You know, was it a good deal? Was it a bad deal? Was it a super sick laptop when it was new? I do one other thing real quick. I can't remember what the splash screen said. I just shut this down. Okay, see this power button. So it's an SAGER. That's who makes it. Is that a good company or not a good company? And it doesn't boot up that fast, but you just see me turn it on and it's already in Windows. Like, just click on a file thing and see, like, that open right away, you know. Now the fan is ramping up. Go ahead and shut this thing down. And the BIOS is like a basic BIOS, something like you would see in a Dell laptop almost. Now, so it's nothing real fancy to it. So it's turned off. The power brick doesn't say anything about a name on it. Obviously, by this power brick, it says this thing's like 9 years old, but everything else in here is marked for 7 years. So then on the back, all it says is the same thing. It says notebook, And then it says the model is a P377SM. That's all it says. And it says product code. And it says product code is a P377SMA. So that's all I see on it. Probably the time I put this video up, I'll look more and see what I can find out about it. But when I looked, like, the stuff he had listed in the listing, right? I looked them up, and the only thing I seen was this CPU and a computer that looked like this, but it had a 1060 or a 1070 in it, or had the Quadro card in it, or had a Fire card in it. So that's the only thing I can really find out about this. It seems like anything with these specs kind of sells for a decent price. I don't know, $200. What do you think? Is it worth $200? It's definitely worth $120 that I gave for it, because it still works. The battery still seems to be there. Who knows? I have to test that. I'll leave that in the comments below too. Or, you know, by the time I upload this, because I got like 30 videos ahead of this one, it probably will be gone to its new owner. Or I will just keep it. And every time I say I'll keep it, then I obviously get rid of it, because I don't really need a full-size laptop, having a work computer and a gaming computer, and I already have another basic laptop. So